Hello. Let's go. Let's do this. Anniversary day, anniversary episode. Happy anniversary to me and my EV. 1 year, 54,823 miles driven. It's a lot of freaking miles. And most importantly, it's happy birthday to my wonderful daughter. She turns 14 today. I'm actually getting ready to head to meet them at Top Golf to celebrate her birthday. Um, Not that you need to know this, but this is the sixth video I've shot now, and the last one was perfect. Well, it wasn't perfect, but it was acceptable. But I didn't mention my daughter's birthday, so I'm reshooting a whole new video just because of that. So I one of the things with these videos is I call them raw and real. So they're raw and real. There's no AI. There's no like editing. At least until I get better at this part of it, the storytelling, the inflection of my voice, the flow of the videos, like the start, the finish, the middle, the end. And I'm trying to do a lot less rambling, and that's all I've done since you've been watching. So hopefully I still have your attention. Probably not. You've probably already left. But that's why everybody's doing the AI, all this special editing that keeps your attention. And I know we don't have a very long attention span. Neither do I. So I get you. If you've left, I completely understand. So here we go. Anniversary video. So the point of the video today, this is supposed to be my launch video, my episode 1. Like it's my 5th video. Don't think I'm getting any better, but maybe in 6 months I will. Stick with me. Okay, so the point of today is, how did I come to purchase the EV, this particular Equinox? I'm going to go over 3 items. Which 3 items do I wish I would have known before I bought the vehicle? 3 things that I was pleasantly surprised about after I bought the vehicle. And then at the very end of this video, I'm going to let you know whether I would purchase the vehicle or not again. So what led me to the vehicle? I mean, I can go on and on about it, but I'm going to try to summarize best as possible. Honestly, like, I was just driving around. I probably was Ubering, and I saw not this one, but an Equinox EV, and it caught my eye. And I was like, what is Chevy making? I'm interested. I want to know what that is. So I looked it up, I think a couple days later, looked on their website, I think I remember thinking it was a little bit more expensive, because I think the LTs actually were really hard to get. I don't know if they still are, but when I was buying this, the LTs were really hard. I had to literally put my name. I talked to the store manager or dealership manager, general manager, and he put my name, like I was first on the list for this vehicle. But so they were going, so I think what I saw was the RSs or maybe the LT2s or whatever. It was more expensive than I wanted to spend, because remember, I'm a $40,000 threshold kind of guy. Like, I'm not driving a car in the ground that's over that. I want to be quite a bit below that 40, because I still have negative equity rolling and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, so I remember I was driving. I had an appointment out in Avon. I think it was a listing appointment. And the other thing too, real quick, I wish I was more prepared. I was really kind of excited about this episode. It really was taking a while to get here, and then I got really, really, really busy last week, and then I had a closing on Friday. Awesome. Had some really good business, but I was really busy. I had some taxes that I needed to pay. I had some other things. Like, I just had a lot of like adult responsibilities to deal with. And then I had CE. My license needed to be renewed today. I had CE I had to finish up. I had to pay for my renewal of my license. I had to pay for my MyBoard dues. Like, I had a listing appointment this morning at 9. Just a lot. Like, I'm really kind of exhausted, and I'm enough adulting. I'm ready. Like, I'm excited to do this and have fun. But my point is, I wasn't able to prepare as much as I would have liked. But I did take some notes, so hopefully I do a good job with this. So back to, I was going out to Avon. I had a listing appointment. I left early because Avon and Rockville Road are not pleasant for me to deal with. I do not like Rockville Road. It's always crowded. It's always busy. There's so much traffic. It's like one way in. It's like one main vein down the middle of Avon, and everything sprawls off of it. It's really irritating to me. So I went out there, and I was really early, about an hour and a half. I'd gotten a bite to eat, and I saw a Chevy dealership. I was like, hey, let me go look at those. Maybe I'll take one for a test drive. Ended up test driving one, loved it, really loved the way it drove. And, I think pretty much at that point, I was like, I really think I want to get one of these vehicles, but I got to make the price work. Otherwise, I'm not going to buy it. And then I found out about all the rebates and how much the price came down. And I was like, all right, $24,000 for a, sticker $38,000 vehicle. Let's do it. So anyways, that all worked out. I really pieced all that together, and it worked out well for me. Got all my overhead expenses were all down. Gas, the price to operate was down $300 a month. My monthly payment was down $50 a month. Like, my goal was met to get my overhead down. So okay, so things I wish I would have known. Things I wish I would have known, probably they're all pretty equal. These three items. I really wish I would have got somebody set up to come out and install my outlet. This one came with a cord, so I didn't need to get the cord. I just needed to have an outlet, a 240 outlet. And so I just needed that outlet. I don't know if you've ever plugged an EV. If you probably haven't, because you probably don't know much about it. You're probably trying to find information about EVs. That's why you're watching. If you try to plug an EV into a 110 outlet, you're talking days and days and days to charge that. I think I plugged it one time in the regular outlet in the garage, and I came back like 4 or 5 hours later just to check on it, like gained like 25 miles or something. So it's just not. So it was really kind of a real pain in the ass to like go every day. I had to go to a charging station, charge it, and deal with that, and it's more expensive and all that kind of stuff. So I would have, when I went and got this, well, when I had my name put in a hat, not really, but on a list, and I was waiting, they didn't know, they couldn't tell me when it was coming in. So they were just like, we'll call you, we'll give you first option to buy it when it gets in, and then, so they called me one day, and I didn't think, he said it could have been a week, it could have been a month. So it ended up being 3 days. So anyway, so I wish I would have had that planned out a little bit better, because it took 2 weeks for me to get my outlet installed, and it was I paid a retired electrical engineer to install it. He charged me, I think it was ended up being like $250 with parts and everything that I needed, the wire, the outlet, and all that kind of stuff. So, and that really is, the cost is going to be really dependent on how close to the breaker you are, or if you have a 220 close by that you can branch off or change out or whatever. Sometimes if you build a house or whatever, you might put it, like I know in our old house, we had a freezer, a 220 that we could have just converted into an EV charging outlet. So anyways, so that's the tires and weight. So I'm going to tell you, this vehicle is heavy. So my Tucson was about, I think it's 3,600 pounds. This one's 5,000 pounds. Massive difference in the way it drives, the weights, going over bumps, braking distance, just handling, taking turns. Like, it just drives a lot different. You gotta be really prepared for the weight. And the tires, even though they're Michelin's, they sucked. I would slide all over the place, like driving in the country. I remember one time I was driving in the country and it snowed, and it was not even an inch, 2 inches maybe. And I was going around one of those country road turns, where there's just a turn out in the middle of a bunch of cornfields. And I was going probably 15 miles an hour. I thought I was going to slide off into the field, like into the ditch that was right next to it. Like, it felt sketchy. So I got some Pirellis, the Scorpion Pirellis that are mountain rated, so they've got the snow rated. They're all all weather or all season, whatever, and they're awesome. Like it's changed everything. Like the braking is awesome. I mean, it handles so well in the rain. Like I can stop so much better. It's not quite as nimble as the Tucson. Like I could stop on a dime with that Tucson and go over bumps, and I just felt like I was a little, bunny rabbit jumping over things. But this is like a turtle, not really a turtle, but it's kind of cluggy. It's more like a truck going over stuff. Braking distance. It's a lot better with the tires. So be prepared for, get some good tires if you need to. Weight of the vehicle, cold on the highway and highway. So I'm going to tell you, these vehicles they're not efficient at all on the highway, or at least this one. I think they're mostly all the same. It's the opposite of gas. So whereas gas cars, you get much better efficiency when you're about 60, 70 miles on the highway an hour. With this, like, you're much better probably 34 miles an hour stop and go traffic. It has the regenerative braking, the one-step pedal, so you recharge it. I mean, the energy efficiency is so much better when you're local. When it's really extremely cold and you're on the highway, I mean, you're losing all kinds. I mean, I don't know. I have this 80%. I had 280 miles on this morning. If it was cold, I'd be lucky, probably extreme cold. And if I was doing all highway, I'd be lucky to get probably 200 miles. It's that bad in the cold, but it is what it is. I would charge it to 100% in the winter, and just, if I had to stop to charge, I would stop and charge, and I would just charge it for 15, 20 minutes, and that'd be plenty to last me the rest of the day. But just be prepared for that if you're in a cold weather location. And then highway it's just not very efficient on the highway. Things I love, I'm surprised. It's really a fun vehicle to drive. It really is. Like, I've had this for a year. I've driven 54,823 miles, and I still love driving this thing, and I don't see that going away. It's spunky. Like, it gets off the line fast. It's one of the slower EVs, which is one of the negatives that you read about it, and no Android Auto or Apple Play, which I don't. Me personally, you can connect with Bluetooth, and it has all this screen. It has everything I need. I just use the phone for everything, pretty much, anyways. So that doesn't bother me. Oh my gosh, I just lost my thought. Oh, fun to drive. It's fun to drive. And I don't think that I'm going to get bored driving this car. It gets off the line pretty fast. It is one of the slower EVs, but compared to a gas car, unless you're racing against a sport, you're going to get off the line way faster than them. And it's just fun to drive. It's very quiet, which is another big surprise. It wasn't surprising because I kind of knew it, but it's just really nice to be on the highway, and just it feels a little luxurious. Like, when I test drove a couple Mercedes, and I kind of felt like it was in line with that. Like, the seats are comfortable. It takes bumps really well. It's relaxed. It's quiet. It's smooth. It handles real well. Like, it's a fun vehicle to drive. And then this might be one of my favorite things about it. I'm going to tell you what, the fact that I can drive all day, go home, plug it in right before bed, wake up in the morning, unplug it, fully charged, 280 miles at an 80% charge. I can get about 330 sometimes 350. I was getting 350 there in a minute when I fully at 100% charge. So anyway, I drive all day, come home, plug it in at like 10 or 11, wake up the next morning, unplug it, drive all day. Like, just the fact of not even having to stop at a gas station. I mean, it probably seems funny to you, but if you've had an EV, or you haven't had to think about a place to stop or how much the gas is, You know, it's whatever. Over here it's 325, and down there it's 305. Do I want to wait? Do I want to risk running out of gas? All that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think about any of that. And I have been for all my driving career, thinking about gas and how much it is and where I want to stop and all that. It's a simple thing, but you wouldn't believe how nice it is. And then last but not least, we're right around where I want to end this video. Would I buy this vehicle again? Absolutely, absolutely, I would buy this vehicle. I love this vehicle. This is probably one of my favorite vehicles I've ever owned. And I would probably have, knowing what I know now and driving it for a whole year. Now, reliability is still up in the air a little bit. I mean, I haven't had any issues with this. No glitches, no problems, no hesitations, no nothing. I mean, I need to knock on wood. I have no wood. No, I'm not going to knock on my head. Nothing, no problems with this at all. But let's see, you know, follow me, subscribe, follow me. I'm going to be driving this for, you know, a while. Let's see what it does when it gets to 150,000 miles. Then it'll true test. But I think the build quality seems pretty steady. I'm impressed with this GM vehicle. This Chevy vehicle is good. I would pay full price for this. I would have paid $38,000 for this vehicle, and I've been very happy with it. So thanks for joining me. Stay driven. Enjoy your Monday, and join me for the next short on Thursday. Take care.